Hey Bread Gang, I hope everyone's doing good and keeping safe. In today's video, I want to chat to you guys about Clover Health, so ticker symbol CLOV. And in particular, I want to have a look at the price action. As usual, look at the price action, look at where the price currently is, where I believe it's going to go to, and also if we're still on that road to $28, because lately Clover Health's price has just been dropping. So I want to make sense of that for you guys. But before I get into today's video, make sure you guys subscribe and of course hit that notification bell, especially if you're following Clover Health, invested in it, or any stocks that I cover on this channel. With that being said, let's get this bread. So first of all, we'll have a look at the short flow interest just to see if short selling interest has increased since the last time I did my video, or more recently if it's increased, and if it has increased, what this could possibly mean for the price action, especially if we look at key levels like support and resistances, and basically looking at moving averages, which side of the trend we're on, long-term trend, etc. So all of these put together, we can pretty much paint a picture of where the price is going to go to. Short flow interest is currently sitting at 25%. So this is actually an increase of 2%. So this equates to 55 million shares that are on loan to short sellers. Now, that's actually an increase of 5 million shares. So it's obvious that a lot more short sellers are jumping on this, especially seeing as the price has been falling lately. A lot more short sellers will be, you know what, this is going down, let's capitalize on the decline of the share price. And also possibly those short sellers that were previously trapped, so they might be thinking, you know what, the price is actually going in my favor, so let me just add more shorts. So all of this increases the short interest and ultimately increases the amount of shares that are out on loan. So there's two possible outcomes to this. So the first is that, look, the bearish momentum outweighs the bullish momentum and the selling pressure just keeps increasing. The price continues falling and just keeps falling. Or the bulls step in, and as the price starts to rise, basically short sellers start getting trapped and they start panicking, covering their shorts, and then of course create more demand within the market and the price will start rising. So those are the two possible outcomes in terms of the short interest increasing. So if we have a look at the chart of Clover Health, in particular looking at the daily chart, so right now the price is actually in a range, so within the range of $10.60 and pretty much $6.43. So this is the extended range. There was even a tighter range between pretty much $9 and $7.33. So right now the price has actually broken that support of the $7.33. Whether or not the price is going to hold below that, that's fine, but the price is actually heading towards the support of the wider range. So the support at the level of $6.43. So the fact that the price momentarily broke above the resistance of the range at $10.60 and actually came back down within that range and is heading towards the support, this is actually classic accumulation. In this phase, if institutions or basically high capital investors are getting involved, in professional investors, etc., are getting involved in this, they tend to accumulate the position within the accumulation phase, and the accumulation phase is usually within ranges because the price goes from resistance to support, and just keeps bouncing off that. So when it gets towards the support, you can of course buy a lot more shares, and then when it gets towards the resistance, you sell a bit of shares just to balance out the pressure between the bulls and the bears. So when the price actually breaks out of the range, when you fully accumulated your position, no one can actually guess when the price is going to do, as and when the price is going to do something. All right, it's pretty much anyone's guess. No one can be 100%, but you can pretty much gauge. So when the price gets towards the support, they accumulate more position. When it gets towards the resistance, they sell some of that. So when the price actually breaks above the resistance, assuming they've accumulated their full position, this is pretty much when the price takes off, because there'll be so much demand, especially a lot of traders who are breakout traders. The minute the price breaks out of a resistance, a lot more traders will jump on. There'll be a lot more demand, and then that can see the price pretty much skyrocket. So seeing as the price is heading towards the support, I believe that there's going to be some bullish presence in the market. So you're going to possibly start seeing some green candles around this area. So pretty much the support is not just a support line. So it's actually a support zone between $6.43 and $6.22. So like I said, when the price gets to this level, I believe there's going to be some bullish presence in the market, especially seeing as looking at the RSI right now. The RSI value is at 37, so it's heading towards oversold territory. So again, a lot of traders will be looking at this thinking, you know what, this is oversold, this is a good time, especially being at the support of a range. Then it's likely that there's going to be some retracement back to the mean being the 50 period moving average. They're going to start buying, so this is all going to create a lot of demand, and especially seeing as the minute the price starts rising, if the price starts rising, a lot of short sellers that are getting in, especially at this point, they're getting in, they're going to start panicking, thinking, you know what, I'm not even breaking even. I'm basically getting towards a loss, or right now I'm breaking even. All the profits that, or unrealized profits that I had, it's actually wiped away. So they'll start panicking. They'll possibly start getting out the trade, or maybe they'll even add more to the position just to add more pressure. But more than likely, especially if you're basically shorting naked, like naked shorting, you're gonna be panicking. You're not gonna want to stay in that. So you're gonna try and get out, cover your shorts, etc. So this is gonna create more demand, and this ultimately raised the price up to the 50 period moving average. Since my last video, the price was below the 50 period moving average, and it's actually still below that because guess what? The 50 moving average is acting as a good dynamic resistance. So this is one of the basically indicators that a lot of short sellers will be using, thinking, you know what, the price is below there, it's going to continue falling, so let me add on to my shorts, which is partially why you're seeing an increase in the short interest. So going forward on the daily chart, I'll be interested to see what the price does when it gets to this level or closer to this level, because I believe the closer it gets, the more bullish presence starts getting into the market, and you possibly start seeing green candles. I mean, one thing that could possibly happen is that the price actually shoots through this support. So not only does it test the support, but it breaks the support with a lot of momentum. And then from there, the price might actually, this might happen in one session, but the price might shoot through the support, basically breaking through the support, and then retrace back and close above the support. It might take one session or it might take 2 sessions. But if this happens, then this is pretty much classic accumulation. This is how you know accumulation is taking place, because if it breaks through that, then that means a lot of institutions, they've been testing this support, accumulating in small areas, especially seeing as this support has been tested multiple times. So the fact that the support has been tested multiple times and it's back there again, this support might actually be weaker. So it'll be basically wise to ease into your positions just to test the waters, so to speak. So if the price breaks there, comes back above it and closes above the support, then this shows that this is a very good support, and more than likely there's going to be a big move heading up to, first of all, test the 50 moving average, and then secondly, head up to test or possibly break the resistance of the range. That's resistance at the level of $10.60, or roughly between $10 and $11. So if we have a look at the weekly chart just to see Wagwan with the price going forward, basically the next couple of weeks leading into months. So the support at $6.43 is actually a major support on the weekly, or actually a support at the weekly that's been tested. The last time it was tested, there was a huge move all the way up to pretty much create an all-time high. All right, so this support is not something to be messed around with. All right, so there's going to be a lot of demand, especially if you see a break below the support on the daily chart and basically the price retraces back above that support. Then on the weekly, this could be basically the start to a big weekly green candle. So that weekly green candle could possibly head up to test the 50 moving average on the weekly chart. So if it heads up and tests it, basically heading back to the mean, and if it breaks that, then this could be the start to a bullish trend on the weekly chart. Basically, the next couple of weeks following that, leading into months, we can possibly see a lot of green action. I believe we're still on the road to $28 despite the price falling. We just need to start seeing some bullish activity. But guys, just remember, these are my thoughts and opinions on what I think the market is going to do based on the data that I'm presented with. Make sure you guys do your background research. Make sure that Clover Health is the right investment for yourself if you're looking to get invested in it. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you guys subscribe, and of course hit that notification bell so you don't miss any further uploads, especially if you're invested in Clover Health. Guys, give this video a thumbs up. Let me know this is the kind of content you like to see, and also comment below. Let me know your thoughts on Clover Health. Are you currently invested? Are you thinking about investing in it? Do you just like the stock or like the company? Comment below. Thanks guys, I'll see you in the next video.